we should probably touch base about this recent news dropping this past Friday that Epic, the video game distributor
Yes.
production company, is acquiring Bandcamp for
Right.
an undisclosed sum. Uh, First, my first thought was, why? Do
Yeah.
you think that this makes sense?
It's definitely an eyebrow raiser for sure, right? It's like Bandcamp gets bought on its face. Okay. I suppose that could have happened one day. Sure. But bought by Epic Games? It's kind of weird, right? And I just think that it's something that leaves everyone with a lot of questions, whether you're a avid user of Bandcamp who likes to, buy things and support their artists that they like on Bandcamp, whether you're an artist that is active on Bandcamp and is finding a way to find a sustainable career as an independent artist in a way that's actually possible, unlike trying to succeed on Spotify and Apple Music. There's a lot of questions, and I think the motives, the future goals of Epic are obviously what everyone's theorizing about and talking about because when tech of any variety buys something, there will be changes, right? YouTube did change after Google bought it. Things happen. And on the other hand, I've seen people say that, oh, Epic, well, it could be worse. Epic is quote unquote the one of the better people to buy something, the more altruistic, as it were. Of course, the Epic Games Store as a competitor to like Microsoft, Sony, and Steam, much lower commission rate for developers, and same thing with like their app store. They take like a 12% commission versus Google and Apple taking 30%. So Epic is kind of acting in a similar way to how Bandcamp has been in terms of taking a much lower commission and being more artist creator focused. So if that is to continue, perhaps Epic's, you know, treasure chest of funds can help benefit the Bandcamp platform. Of course, Epic Games is multi-billion-dollar company now because Fortnite is an incredible moneymaker and as a service game. But it's just a lot of questions, right? No matter what they say, we need to see what happens to Bandcamp because a lot of artists depend on Bandcamp as a way to directly connect with and actually find a way to support themselves, especially during the pandemic when they couldn't tour. So just a lot of questions, but kind of
Yeah.
a very kind of random development, honestly.
Yeah, it feels random. There was one tidbit in the article that you shared with me from Pitchfork where they mentioned that Epic has been really investing and forward thinking in terms of the metaverse.
Mm.
And we haven't really talked too much about the metaverse here on Nostalgia. To be honest, I'm like not really that interested in it, but
I'm out on the metaverse. Fuck that shit.
a lot of very smart and wealthy and innovative
Yes.
people seem to be interested in it. So maybe it is something that we should keep our eyes and our mouths open about or
Hmm.
talking about. Um, the idea of Epic somehow bringing Bandcamp or bands that have their music on Bandcamp and somehow bringing that into the metaverse for like metaverse concerts, like live
Yeah.
concerts in some way is kind of an interesting idea to this. Like I don't know if that's necessarily what they're thinking, but it seems like a really interesting prospect. Like,
Yeah.
they build these spaces and then you buy these virtual tickets for, I don't know, like 10-15 bucks or like listening sessions, and an artist plays their new album or their new
Right.
single for you. Though it's kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah. Yeah. And connecting it to that, I mean, obviously Fortnite has had a lot of success with like big, like in-game concerts, virtual concerts, Travis Scott and
Yeah.
Marshmello most famously. But even like broadly speaking, during the height of the pandemic, virtual concerts were very successful from a monetary standpoint and just broadly very popular. And even as concert going is coming back and the pandemic waxes and wanes, perhaps there is something to virtual performances sticking around in some way. And I guess the scale that Epic can provide for people that want to be on Bandcamp, namely more independent, smaller artists, more niche artists, I suppose that is interesting. I mean, I can't imagine that they're buying Bandcamp just because they want to be able to easily license, independent music. It has to be bigger than that. So,
Yeah.
uh, a lot more to wait and see on.
Yeah, I think that that's kind of the takeaway is there's some interesting possibilities here. It could go in a couple different directions, but I think it's kind of in the wait and see stages. So we'll keep our finger on the pulse of this and kind of pay attention as we move forward.